Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Aurora Flex C# tutorial series. In this episode, I'm going to be going over system generation and display, the window surrounding it, the interface, what each individual thing means, and some other things to go along with that. This will overlap a little with terraforming, but overall the idea of this episode is going to be primarily on the interface as well as the features inside of this window. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I'm going to go from top to bottom. I'm going to explain each and every single feature here to the best of my ability. So you can obviously switch your race to another player race that you have. You can switch which system you are looking at. This is the overall system view that you are looking at of all the celestial bodies within that system. And this is the age of the star, or age of the system essentially, and that is 5 galactic years, or 5 whatever light years you want to say, but it is 5 galactic years. It's discovered on that time, so that's when it was discovered. The amount of jump survey points per survey location is 480, and that's unique per system. A jump survey, how much has been surveyed, and then a survey, how much has been normally surveyed. So jump survey, normal survey. Then you have the star, so it will give you the name of the star, then the class of the star, so G2V. Depending on what class of star it is, it will affect these factors. So, because this is the Sol, the mass is 1, the luminosity is 1, diameter is 1.39, and that will affect all of the bodies in terms of reaching out across the galaxy. As if a planet is farther away from a sun, and if the sun is less luminescent, it's less in size, so less heat's being generated out of it, that is going to mean that it's going to affect the planets around it in terms of it's going to make them very, very cold planets. Then we have a description of all of the planets that are in the system, the moons, the asteroids, the comets, habitable planets, so that's planets that are below 2.0 cost, or 0.00, so fully habitable. And then you have new near habitable planets, so that's 2 out of 20. So that means that there's 2 near habitable planets, start being Mars and Luna, and there is 20 possibly habitable worlds. That does not take into account gravity, but there you go. Then if you come over here, we have a bunch of toggles you can do. So all moons, it'll toggle with all moons, hide moons, etc. So if I hide moons, but again, this affects this thing. So it will show Luna, for example. So if I get rid of no survey, OM eligible, minerals, ground survey, hide asteroids, hide comet. I'm not sure why it's not affecting that. Yeah, there we go. It's just having a bit of a kerfuffle there, but as you can see, all moons, no moons, toggle. So you can choose what moons you want, with minerals, without minerals, all asteroids, without asteroids. So over here, I can click with minerals, and I'll be able to see, okay, well, this has mineral, okay, cool. So all these places have minerals. Then we can see all asteroids, no asteroids, and basically all of these things. You can see planets with ground survey potential. So if it's got ground survey potential, we'll be able to see through here. OM eligible, which is orbitally mining eligible, and various other things. So, boom, boom, boom. Show max colony cost as well. Over here, you'll be able to see your species. So we have humans, so breathe gas oxygen, gravity 0.1 G to 1.9 G, minus 10 C to 30 C, max pressure, that stuff. So that's what you want to be looking at when you're looking for colonizing planets. Okay, now let's go for what all these colors mean. Dark blue, or normal blue, however you want to look at it, means that the colony is below 2.0 in colony cost. this kind of teal color means that it's below, I believe it's 3 colony cost, and is near habitable. Then you have Mercury, which is 3.21, and that goes from, I believe, 3 to up to 6, and that is in this orangey red. And that says that it can be colonized, but it's going to be a pretty high colony cost, so it's somewhat habitable. Then you have no color at all, pretty much, and that is everything above that. So all the way from 6.3 to 25, etc. Okay, then let's get into what all of these things are. So this will give you your name, obviously. You can see moons, they'll be under the specified planet. Then you have type, so terrestrial, small, gas giant, super Jovians, all of these kind of things you'll be able to see from here, dwarf planets, etc. Then you can see the colony cost, so that is, times that by 10 for how much infrastructure it's going to take per million population, so 200 infrastructure, 212 infrastructure, etc. The population on the planet and which population they're a part of, so the Federation, 0 million, Federation, 1.4 billion. The type of terrain, which indicates that the planet has various factors applying to it, such as high hydro extent, which is high amounts of water on the planet, and various other things. And can also give bonuses to defense and stuff like that. I go over that in my planetary terrains video. And my terraforming mechanics video, so I'm not going to go too much further into that. Your hydro extent, which is the amount of water in the atmosphere. There are 3 types: liquid, crustal, and ice sheet. Ice sheet indicates that it is frozen by low temperatures. Liquid indicates that it's unfrozen. And crustal indicates that it's on a moon or a comet, for example. And none of them affect the water in any bad way. So, as long as you have enough water there, it will always keep that, affected properly. So, for example, 0.13 and 0.0, something like that. Then we have the pressure, which is always based off Earth's pressure. I'm not sure it's why 1.01. I think it's because there's some water vapor or something we added. I'm not too sure. So that indicates how many atmospheres are in the specified body, or on the body itself. Then you have temperature, which goes from minus 18°C to 424 degrees Celsius. It's in Celsius. Then you have gravity. Everything's based off of Earth gravity, as you can see. So Mars is 0.838, Luna is 165, etc. Then you have the distance from the star, which is, as you can see here, so it's going to go up accordingly, and then distance from the planet if it's orbiting that. So basically, this is whatever thing it orbits. Just like up here, this is for binary star systems, because you can have binary, trinary, and quaternary star systems. Then you have the diameter in kilometers. So Earth is 12,756 kilometers in diameter. And then you have tidally locked, which indicates that it can't have tides, and as such that will lower population accordingly. Then you have the max population allowed on the planet. This is mainly affected by high hydro extent and tidally locked, and also the diameter of the planet. Okay. So now that we've kind of gone through this side, we're going to go down here. There's a lot of buttons down here, and a lot of this is to do with Space Master, but we're going to get through it. So, over here, you're going to see all of the jump points and their distance. Basically, all the nearby systems, essentially, and which, jump points they're on. So, Tau Ceti, 61 Cygni, the distance they are away from each other. And then over here, we have basically enter jump point, so it allows you to enter through the jump point, add jump point, which will basically mean you'll explore it. This is mainly for Space Master. So if I go in here and I turn this off and I go over to this, you're not going to see this, all of this stuff. But if I go in here and I turn it on, I will be able to. So enter jump point, you can explore jump point, which like explore the jump point, add jump point, delete jump point. Keep in mind when you add a jump point, you need to grav survey it still. It won't just auto appear. delete jump point, change position of the body or whatever body you're selecting, stabilize jump point, which will stabilize the jump point so anything can go through it. You can destabilize the jump point if you want to, and let's do that. And then we're going to go on to uranium. So this will indicate how many minerals are on the planet and their accessibility. Pretty simple. Then over here we have, this is Space Master again, survey body, place a random ruin on the body, redo the minerals essentially. So boom, 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 boom. I can redo all the minerals. So I won't redo the minerals per se, but it will change around the quantities of minerals, my bad. Specify minerals, you can specify what minerals you want on the body. You can clear all minerals, you can look at minerals through text, which is for AARs, and so on. Then over here you have your terraforming stuff. I won't go over this as I have my terraforming video which went over it. Then you have all your gases in atmospheres and percentages, as well as the base temperature and albedo and all that. Then you have all of these buttons. You can create a new race, such as a player race or an NPR. You can create a swarm. You can create system. You can redo system minerals. You can add a star. You can modify stars. There's a ton of customizability. If you want to start with four stars and Battlestar Galactica kind of thing, you can, because Steve literally made it for that exact purpose. And as such, you have a lot of customization. So you can add stars, add moons, add Lagrange points, delete stars, delete bodies, delete asteroids, delete Lagrange points, and so on and so forth. Then you have rename system, select name, and I go over that more in my new system videos that was about creating a new race and stuff, so you can go check that out if you want to. Rename system, which will rename the system, select name for the system, rename body, rename system all, rename body all. So if I just rename this, that will rename all system. So if I had multiple stars, and then name soul bodies. So this will name soul bodies appropriately. Create colony, that'll create a colony on the body. Ban body, that'll ban the body. So if I go over there, that's going to basically mean no civilians and stuff will go to it, from my understanding. Full ground survey, full geo survey, which will survey everything in the system. No geo survey, which will get rid of the survey if you want to. Delete the system, and then all system view. We're going to go through all system view. Over here, you can essentially search for colonies that could be good for you. So as you can see here, I have multiple worlds with a colony cost of 0. And they are located in various areas. So over here I have 61 Cygni B2, which is a nitrogen oxygen atmosphere. Over here of this jungle world. I have this other world over here in LHS. I have this world in Bernard Star as well, etc. Over here you can have a bunch of checkboxes on what you want to see: acceptable gravity, warp present, below max colony cost, all of that stuff. You can sort by colony cost, you can sort by all sorts. So basically this is how you search for new colonies that you can have a look at in terms of doing things. And there you go. That's pretty much the system view. And now I haven't gone into all of the little buttons and exactly what they do and all the mechanics, because I want to keep it simple, as much as Aurora can be kept simple. But if you do want to check out that kind of stuff, go check out the video regarding terraforming mechanics, and also the video regarding creating a new race and all that stuff. I'll put those in the description if you do want to check those out. I'll see you next time. You have a lovely one. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does help. The support's been great recently. More videos coming out soon. Bye bye.